So AFM stands for acute flaccid myelitis, and basically it's a neurologic problem that can cause paralysis and weakness and other kind of focal neurologic symptoms.
Is it more common in kids then?
We tend to see AFM more commonly in kids, especially associated with viruses, which we've seen over the past few years. But the most important thing to remember is that most children who get these viral illnesses that we're talking about will just have a regular old cold. They won't get AFM. But for kids who do get it, it can be really devastating.
Yeah. What stood out to me in that release is they said it's hard to say how a specific case spreads.
Right.
What do we know about how it spreads?
Yeah, we know not that much about it. So what we do know is that AFM can be caused by lots of different things, and one of those things is a viral infection. So we've seen that there's an association between viruses, specifically enterovirus in the past. That enterovirus is transmittable from person to person, but you can't actually catch AFM from somebody else.
But you can catch what leads.
You can catch the virus that could cause it, correct. But just because you catch the virus from somebody that developed AFM doesn't mean that you will also develop AFM.
And so the extreme symptoms, right, where we talk about limb paralysis,
Yep.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so in the very severe cases, we actually call it sort of a polio-like illness. We see that people have paralyzed limbs, and sometimes they recover, and sometimes it's been several years and we haven't seen recovery in some of those patients.
That's really scary.
It is really scary, and I think it's also challenging because we don't necessarily know how to predict which kids are going to get better and which kids are going to have more long-lasting symptoms.
So is there a vaccine for AFM?
For AFM, there's not a vaccine for AFM, and there's not even a vaccine for enterovirus, which is one of the viruses that we know can be associated with it.
So we were just reading through that release, and it was talking about, like, while you can't say what one cause for a case might be, it's a good practice to, like, wipe down tables and stuff like that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think just generally to keep ourselves healthy at this time of year, there's so much stuff going around. This is the time where we start to see influenza cases spike in Washington State. And so anything that you can do to keep yourself generally healthy. So hand washing, wiping down tables, not sharing utensils or cups with other people can all be ways that we can keep ourselves protected from viral infections in general.
Yeah.